What is up, guys? CrazyMitch42 here, and welcome back to another Anime Sundays. Now, I know it's been about 2 weeks since the last one, but it's been really preparation for this. So, as you guys can tell, this is my story that I've been working on called A Fallen Star. It is a little light novel that I've been working on. And also, if you can tell, my voice is a little messed up. That is from things having to do with the John and Mitchell show on my friend's channel. I'll put the link in the description if you guys haven't checked out the video already. I would probably have already said it in some of the videos before this one, but it's been hell of a workout for the last week. We've been working on the show really hard, and we finally got it out this Friday and Saturday. So if you guys want to go check out the 2 videos, you can go check it out. Put both links in the description, or at least put the first video in the description. You can check out the second one. But yeah, so we're finally here checking out this story. Now, I will be reading it. I'm going to go a little voice actor at some moments, but my voice is really messed up right now, so I really can't go like full all out. But this is still a very big work in progress. I only have 2 chapters done, but I am going back and forth, you know, switching up the name of the plot. Like right now, the plot I haven't changed in a while, so I will have to fix that. But yeah, this is kind of just like the, you know, like explains a little bit of the story, and then, you know, like what's the plot of it, what's going on. And I still have to fix this because this isn't the full plot, and I still have to fix it. So we're not going to read the plot. I'll explain the plot after I'm done reading, so maybe you guys can try and figure out what's happening. But yeah, we're going to read the first chapter. So this could be a pretty long Anime Sundays video, but hopefully you guys will enjoy it. And leave me some feedback, because I really want to know what you guys think. I've been working on this really hard for about almost 4 weeks, almost a month now. I've been working on this. I've been working on it insanely a lot lately because I've been busy with, you know, YouTube and doing things for the show and everything all week. But I am going to start working on this again, hopefully to get at least chapter 3 done, because I am going to start working on that very soon. But here we go. Chapter 1, Burned. Now, also, I am very nervous about this, so give me a break if I screw up saying things or anything, because I am a little nervous, because I haven't really shown anybody this yet. So you guys will probably be one of the first ones, and then my family's gonna read it and stuff too. So yeah. And here we go. It was another regular day of dumb old winter. The cold, harsh winds brushed against my jacket. The snow was falling lightly on me and my sister. Angela and I, see, like I already screwed up. My sister Angela, and it was freezing out. My sister is in 6th grade, is small for her age, has white hair that camouflages with the snow, purple eyes, and is 12 years old. We were heading to school that day. Me being 14 meant one thing: to annoy my sister as much as I could. We always got along, but we always liked to annoy or get each one, in trouble whenever we could. "Hey Angela, heads up!" I yelled, and as she listened and turned, I threw a snowball at her, hitting her in the chest, knocking off her necklace. "Hey, stop, Seth. This necklace is important to me, and I don't need you to ruin it. I will tell Mom and Dad that you ruined it too, so they will be mad at you as well." She yelled back, giving me a mean look as she bent down to grab her necklace out of the fluffy snow. Of course, I stopped, because if she told Mom and Dad that I ruined her necklace, I would be grounded for at least a few weeks. It was something she had been given when she was born. It was 2 angel wings made of silver. She cared for that necklace with her life. Yeah, as you can tell, my voice is really messed up right now, so I'm like screwing up really bad. But I really hope you guys enjoy this, and this is the only time I really have to record this as well. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. Where was I? Since it was my senior year of middle school, there was no way I wanted to be grounded. Not now, at least. We walked as I continued to tease her, but not too much, only a little. I watched her walk through the metal gate and head to class, as did I. As usual, I took my sweet time before heading to my class. I entered my homeroom class and took my seat. Now, when I'm in class, I pay attention and answer questions. As if. What loser actually does that? I did what I usually do. I daydreamed through the whole lesson and drew some pictures until the bell rang. Then I went into the hall to go to my next class. A familiar voice shouted my name from behind. As I turned, I recognized who was instantly. It was my friend who I've known since I was very little, Sarah Fiametta. She's a little shorter than me, skinny, and has brown hair with red eyes. She can be stubborn, but is an intelligent girl. She's wearing a school uniform, as we all have to, or we get detention, and looks like she's going to give me a mouthful. You should have seen the anger in her face. And I still have to edit it. I'm not fully done, but We're getting there. Let me just close my door because there's mad noises outside today, of course. Why didn't you wait for me this morning? I told you to meet me at the gate, but you never came, and those dumb high school kids threw snowballs at me. Oh crap. Did I forget to wait for her by the gate of the school? Oh man, she's going to be pissed. Wait. Think of an excuse and maybe she'll buy it. I put on my best game face and explained to her. Yeah, about that. I'm sorry. But you see, Angela wasn't feeling good, so me being a good brother, as you know I am, had to bring her straight to the nurse this morning. That's why I didn't meet you. Yes, that was excellent, Seth. Now pray she believes you. Before she could speak a word, Angela comes from her locker and greets us both. Crap. Please don't ask Angela how she's feeling. Hey Angela, how are you feeling? I heard from Seth you weren't feeling good this morning. Is that true? I'm dead. Sarah explains that I told her what I told her, and Angela tells her it was a lie and that I must have forgotten to meet her and made up a dumb excuse. She says goodbye and walks off to class as I'm now left with I'm going to rip your face off while we are the only ones in the hall. I will ask you again, why weren't you there? You know the some high school boys always try to bully me, but when you're there they don't target me as much because they know that you'll stand up to them. I could tell she was upset because her face dropped. I walked up to her and hugged her to try and comfort her and whispered, hey, I'm sorry. I will deal with it if they bother you again. I promise you. It won't bother you anymore, okay? She looked at me. Her face was a little bit red, and with a small smile, thanked me. I gave her another hug and left to head to my next class. Sometime later. It was my second to last class of the day, and I grew tired. I had just had gym. See, I still added this. I'm sorry, guys. Just had gym before this class, and of course, it being math made me tired. I watched my math teacher talk about math and blah blah blah. He was boring as hell, so much that I fell asleep. When I had been awoken by the teacher poking me with a ruler, I had realized one thing: no one was left in the classroom, just me and him. Then it came, and a thought came into my mind that I didn't want to hear it. I'm getting detention, aren't I, sir? He nodded and I slammed my head against the desk. Mad that I got the detention and now regretting it because now my face feels like it got punched in the face. After my final class, I had to tell Angela about the detention and her having to walk home alone today. Mom and Dad are going to be mad about this. Hope you're ready to face them when you get home. Me too, but be good for their sake. They will be mad when you tell them, but make sure to try to keep them in a good mood until I get home, okay? Alright, but be ready for them. I will see you at home, big bro. She left me on that note as I headed for the detention. As you could tell, the detention was boring. Way more boring than math, and once again fell asleep due to me being tired from gym. I had finally awakened from the land of disease and took out my phone and looked at the time because it was dark out when I looked out from the window. Oh man, it's 7 o'clock? Why didn't anyone wake me up? Or anything? The detention ended 2 hours ago. Now I'm really going to get it when I head home. I grabbed my bag and rushed out of my class and out of the school when I started running. I turned a corner and ran into a man. I knocked him and myself down. Ow. I'm sorry, sir. I didn't mean to bump into you. I'm in a rush home. I noticed the man had a strange mask on. One you would see a person wear on Halloween. It was just creepy. I was going to question the man, but before I could ask him the question, he spoke to me in a kind manner. Boy, do you know where the Azrael might live? Yes. I'm Seth Azrael, and who are you? Before I could get the rest of my sentence out, he grabbed me by my throat and bashed me against the fence. So you're Seth, huh? Nice to finally meet you. My name is... Actually, best you didn't know that. I've been sent to talk to your father. Do you know where he is? He stood at me and made me terrified. I looked at his strange mask while he spoke these words to try and figure him out. Who is this guy, and why does he need to see my dad? I can't trust him. He's just weird, and by this weird mask he's wearing, he looks like a psychopath, and he might hurt my father, I thought. I was so scared that I couldn't move, let alone speak to the stranger. It felt like I was paralyzed. but I had soon realized he had let his guard down while he was staring at me with that soulless mask. I kicked him in the gut, knocking the wind out of him, and started to run. Don't worry, kid. I know your family all too well. Your power may not be here yet, but I will obtain it soon enough. Just need to make sure Vex keeps his part of the deal. Stay away from my family, you ugly freak. You hurt them and you will pay. As I ran, I could only hear his laughter from behind, as it faded in the harsh power of the winter wind. That man was strange. What power and what's up with him and my dad? Why does he have to do this? What does he have to do with this? As I continued this thought, I watched the fire truck zoom by. Wait, my house is that way. No, please don't tell me. I sprinted around the last 2 blocks and turned to my block and looked in horror. My house was on fire. The fire department trying to stop the flames, but it just kept raging. It was complete chaos. I saw the captain of the fire department and ran to him. Sir, this is where I live. Where is my family? He gave me a look of what looked like guilt. He then pointed. I was even more horrified than ever. My mother and father were on the street, covered by sheets. I could see that their bodies were burned. There was barely any skin or muscle left on them when I ran over to check on them. I broke into tears as I looked at their bodies. I couldn't believe they were gone. Only a few hours ago, I had seen them, and now they're like this? I couldn't hold back the tears if I tried. They just kept flowing like a waterfall. After gaining some control, I had realized that my sister wasn't there. I ran back to the captain. Where's my sister, sir? Shock hit his face. You have a sister? We were told it was just you and your parents. That means... He looked at my house. I lost all hope. My sister, so young and so innocent, is in that inferno. I wiped my tears, and before the captain could stop me, I ran into my burning home. I heard him yell stop, but I didn't care. I had already lost my parents. I'm not losing her too. Angela? Angela? Where are you? I continued to shout. All of the smoke was clogging my throat, and the fire made me feel like I was in the sun. Angela, where are you? I was losing hope when I heard a small but loud enough I'm here that I could tell where she was. She was in her room on the 2nd floor. I sprinted up the stairs, dodging the flames and falling pieces of burning wood. I saw her room, but noticed there was burning piles of wood blocking the door. I had no other choice but to grab it with my hands and attempt to move it. As I started to grab it, I screamed in pain, realizing my hands were getting burned in the process, but I fought through it and eventually moved the wood, blocking the door. Angela, hurry, before the whole place comes down. She came running and hugged me. Hold on to me and don't let go. I'm going to protect you, and we're going to make it out of here alive. You can count on me. She noticed my hands. She noticed the burns on my hands, but didn't bother. But didn't bother to ask. All she knew was that she was with her brother. She didn't look hurt, but it was hard to see through the smoke. We started to run to the stairs when part of the roof caved in, collapsing the stairs. Damn it! We need to find another way out of here. We searched around but found nothing. Jumping down was our only option. I told her the plan and she agreed. It's the only way. On 3, okay? Yes, on 3, I got it. We both counted to 3 and jumped. I lost my balance in the air, and when I landed, all I could hear is a snapping sound, then intense pain in my ankle, and finally collapsing to the ground. She landed on her 2 feet, surprisingly, and helped me to my feet. I think I broke my ankle. Ah, it hurts! That would explain that loud crack, plus your foot is bent the other way. I looked and was shocked it was. Oh crap. Don't worry, big bro. I will help you out of here. Even if I am not the strongest, I will protect you until we get out. As she helped me into the kitchen, which was more like dragging me on the floor to the kitchen, Angela was hit by a piece of wood and it landed on her. Why is this happening to her? Why can't this be me? It was all that ran through my mind. She was knocked out by the hip. I then realized that it was caught on half of her right arm. I tried to help her off the wood, but it was impossible. My ankle is broke, and I don't have the strength to lift that huge piece of wood. Think, Seth, come on, think, you idiot. You need to save her. I noticed a knife my mother must have left out when the fire started, and one thing ran across my mind. It was horrible, but my only option. I went over and put the knife in my hand. I started trembling. Gotta edit this so bad. And also, you guys probably can tell, like, with some parts where like it's Seth and then Sarah. Wow, I just said Sarah. It's like Seth and then Angela speaking, and there's no like, you know, like Angela said and like Seth said. That's kind of just like the way I like to do it, because I'm trying to picture this as like a manga or whatever. So that's kind of why I'm writing it like that. And also, I am going to be adding a lot more detail. As you can tell, there's not insanely amount of details like what the school looks like, or what my house looked like, or anything, or what the house or like anything looked like, or the mask looked like, or anything. I will be adding those details eventually. This is just kind of like a rough cut sign of sort of right now. So let's get back to the story, and hopefully you guys are enjoying it so far. I started trembling, but I had to do it. I looked at her, unconscious, and her arm being burned more and more by the second, the skin starting to melt away. I really hope she doesn't feel this. I'm sorry, sis, but this is the only way. Please, forgive me. I took a huge swing, and as the blood spread everywhere, I had chopped off the part of her arm that was under the wood. After pulling her out, I took off my jacket and wrapped it around her arm to stop the bleeding. I picked her up and carried her as far as I could, which was barely out of the kitchen. The pain from my ankle made me move very slow and barely able to walk. I was about to exit the kitchen when the stove exploded, sending me in the direction of a window. As me and Angela were launched, I had dropped Angela, which while in the air, and had ripped her necklace off and had it in my hand. You can imagine how loud he's gonna be for this part. Like, if you could imagine how loud like Goku screams, just imagine that right here, because I can't go that loud. But just imagine that. Just imagine Goku like screaming Kamehameha insanely loud, and just picture that. Let's continue. I could see her fly into the other room, which was my bedroom. She just woke from her unconscious state and only opened her eyes in horror as she reached towards me with her left arm. I reached, but it was too far, and then a group of flames separated us. As time returned, I was launched out of the window and into my yard. I was still barely conscious. I looked out into the distance and saw the man I'd spoken to before he started walking to me. Nice fire, right? Just lights up the night sky and melts away the pesky snow, don't you think? You did this, didn't you? Why, of course. Your father was so stupid to think his deal with me wouldn't catch up to him. He was a dumb man, you know. So I was ordered to kill him. I wasn't supposed to kill your mom, but she put up a good fight. The both of them. Too bad their magic isn't as powerful as it used to be. Plus, that little sister of yours was there too. Stupid girl ran away after I killed them both. Wrong place at the wrong time, right? I was in so much shock that all that went through me was rage and hate. I will kill you. I promised to Angela, my mother and father, that you would die, you bastard. Oh, now do you really think you can do that? I'm not gonna waste my time with a stupid boy who makes stupid threats. I have more important matters to attend to. Say hello to your family in heaven, or hell, whichever one they decide. Seems Vex will be seeing you soon then. Sweet dreams now, Seth. As he started to walk away, I tried to move but couldn't. There was no hope for me. I felt my soul slowly fade away from my body. Why did that man do this? They had done nothing wrong, and he decides to murder them, and now my sister is dead because of him as well? That monster shall pay for what he has done. Not only will he pay, he shall die. He shall die by my hands and my hands alone. For the vengeance of my parents and my sister, I shall make his body as cold as ice. He will never hear his heartbeats again. I will make his soul burn for all eternity. I will sacrifice anything to see him dead. Please, God, make my sister live. Please hear my prayer. Please, let her live and let me die. I even ask upon you, Satan, please make her live. I will go to hell, but let her live. That's all I ask. Please, God, or Satan. Satan. Wow, I said that completely wrong. So, please, God, or Satan, help her live. Please, let her live. That cliffhanger, no! Alright, so that is the first chapter of The Fallen Star. As I said, it is not even close to being finished yet. I still have so many chapters to go. I'm probably going to be adding about maybe 10 or 11 more chapters into this. Now, the main reason why I wrote in some strange ways, as you can tell, because I really would like to see this in a manga fashion instead of a light novel fashion. But since me and John don't really know how to do that, because John is actually going to be my artist for this, because he's actually going to start drawing pictures soon, because he's working on having to draw like anime figures and stuff. So that's how I'm going to go. But I have so many ideas for this. Now, I am not the greatest author as you might have seen. Like, I didn't put high details or anything. And then again, I am 16 and I've never gone to like writing classes or anything like that. But I kind of wrote how I felt it should have went. Now, the main plot of the story, because I'm not gonna read this because it's gonna confuse the crap out of you. But basically, Set's family is murdered in a fire 2 years ago by a mysterious man of which he meets. Now, after he goes unconscious, as you saw in the end of the chapter, he meets a man called Vex, and this is a devil, and he basically has to make a contract with this certain devil that he will become a demon in 2 years to save his sister's life, but he will eventually meet her again, and they will not see each other for those 2 years. And when he gets the powers, he also learns about this world called the New World. And basically, the New World is a opposite world of ours, but it's more on the mythical side. So like, there's gonna be like harpies and like people with magic and all this, like other demons and angels and all this. Is gonna be insane. And he's gonna meet some new people. Now, I haven't thought of other people's names. Only so far, I've thought of one other character, and her name is going to be called Eclipse or Luna. It's one of those. But she basically has this power that she is actually blind, but she has this power called soul magic where she can actually extract her soul out of her body and use it to fight. So she could actually see everything around her. Like, she might be blind, but don't take her lightly because she can actually see what's happening at that moment. And it kind of like extends out of her back. So like it's kind of like a ghost of her, but it can fight. So it's really cool. And I have like all these other characters figured out too, and all their powers and everything. But it's gonna be really, really cool when it actually gets done. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I know it's kind of a long video, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know any tips or tricks or anything you'd like to give me, how you liked it. If you didn't like it, don't just be like, I hated it, it was stupid or whatever. Just try and tell me things that I can improve on it so you can like it. Because remember, I am only 16. I've never really written something this large before. As you could tell, like, if I could find chapter 2. Yeah, see, here's chapter 2. See, there's a lot more that I'm doing. So I've never really written a story before, so this would be pretty interesting. But anyway, guys, hopefully if you enjoyed, maybe like a button down below. Also, go check out the John and Mitchell show from the Friday and Saturday episodes, because we worked a whole week on that, and I really want you guys to go check it out because it's a really, really funny video. And a very insane video, by the way, as well. And if you want to comment, you know, leave me some supporting comments, or if you liked it, or anything like that. And if you're not subscribed, you can subscribe as well. We're almost at 1.7k subscribers, which is pretty insane. And that's really it, guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this. Chris42, and I'll see you in another video. Bye!